Welcome in and welcome back. I'm Jaye and I'm your host, and we are discussing the disappearance of Sebastian Rogers. And it sounds like some positive movement going in that direction. Investigators covered 20 miles of the Cumberland River in the last few days. They did not provide us with what evidence they have found, but items of interest were located. I pray this means movement towards closure, location, recovery, whatever it is for Sebastian Rogers. We have two audios today about recent searches, the search by investigators in Cumberland River and Seth Rogers searching Old Hickory Lake the other day. This is Crime Time Buzz. Thank you so much for joining me. The search for 15-year-old Sebastian Rogers from Hendersonville, Tennessee continues, as his father is now navigating waterways as well as investigators in the Cumberland River. We will also be discussing the Mississippi River by very popular request in the comments and subscriber theories. Seth is on a recovery mission in hopes he does not find Sebastian, but doing the duty of a parent to be realistic and execute recovery missions. Seth is hopeful still. His beautiful son, Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, is alive somewhere. Like I said, we have two audio clips to listen to together. The first is from yesterday, and it is very short, letting us know about the investigators and their search on the Cumberland River. The other is from a few days ago, Seth Rogers searching Old Hickory Lake. Seth uses the word recovery for the first time that I have heard him say it, and it was very sad. Quick audio clip, credit to WKRN News 2 from yesterday, July 15th, 2024.
Officials telling News 2 they wrapped today after 4 days of searching. Investigators also say they covered at least 20 miles on the Cumberland River and used side imaging sonar in their search. Now, we do know some things of interest were found, but they did not go into detail on what exactly they were.
So that's interesting a lot in that little clip because they did find items of interest. And initially, when I heard that, I was thinking physical items. But now that we know they were using the side sonar scan, it could be imagery. And I'm going to go ahead and share with you about that side scan sonar because I had to look up what it was and precisely what its capabilities were. So it's a sonar system that creates an image of large areas of the seafloor. Some brands can see up to 400 feet to the left and right of the location. It's a type of sonar system and it uses acoustic pulses to create images of the seafloor, lake bottom, or riverbed. And they do use them in underwater explorations because they can get such a large area with such detailed pictures. And the water doesn't even have to be clear, it can be muddy, murky, dirty. So it emits fan shaped pulses of sound down across the seafloor at a wide angle. And the intensity of the waves that bounce back off the seafloor is recorded in a series of cross track slices. And when they stitch those slices together, they form an image of the seafloor with the beam's coverage width. And get this, the image appears as if the water has been removed, giving the operator an unobstructed view. Isn't that cool? Technology today, right? Side scan sonar can be mounted on a ship's hull or towed from a surface vessel or sub using a towfish. High resolution images are sent from the towfish to a computer on board for storage and display. So now I wonder, like I said, if they have imagery or something physical. Now, Seth was also out searching Old Hickory Lake, and here's the audio of Seth discussing his recovery mission. And also stay tuned after where we get into the Mississippi River and the Great River Road that follows right along it in Tennessee.
Home. At that time, he had been missing for 2 months. Today, the search continues, almost 5 months later.
People think that we're not searching anymore. Well, they can think whatever they want. Our searches are private.
Seth tells me after a herniated disc surgery, it is back to boots on the ground. He says today, over 40 searchers, vetted by his private investigator, will be eliminating locations Sebastian could be in Middle Tennessee.
Now I don't really have much stopping me from getting out there and doing what I need to do.
There's a refocus. We're trying to zero in on more specific information that we are gathering.
Seth tells me his search parties have become invite only due to chaos at previous searches.
They're private because we learned last time. We had people following my searchers around that were just handing out flyers, and it doesn't bode well for people who are trying to help to be put into hostile situations.
But he says the goal today is not to find Sebastian.
The search that we're doing today is a recovery effort, and I'm praying that we don't find him.
Seth says he believes his son is alive, but he added some people still don't know Sebastian is missing.
We have to continue to hand out flyers until everybody knows.
Seth and Tony tell me they have one unanswered question for the Sumner County Sheriff's Office.
We think it's a valid question. We think it's a fair question. And that question is, are you any closer today to finding Sebastian Rogers than you were February 26th?
And for Seth, the answer to that question is no.
My son's not here, so we're nowhere closer.
That's credit to WKRN 2 News as well. So they have one answer as to if they are any closer, law enforcement, than they were on February 26th. And that was before this report came out yesterday that items of interest were found by investigators in the Cumberland River. So hopefully that will lead to some information regarding Sebastian Rogers. And Seth was searching Old Hickory Lake, and that's where this audio you just listened to came from, and the photo on the thumbnail where you see him on the boat. Memorial Park is on the banks of Old Hickory Lake, and Seth said that's Sebastian's favorite park, and the first place Seth searched after Sebastian was reported missing. It's a 16-minute drive if taken there by car. Sebastian doesn't drive yet. So if Sebastian walked there from his house, if you put it into Google Maps as a walker, it's a 6.8-mile walk, including a 250-foot climb, would take about 2 hours, 53 minutes to 3 hours and 5 minutes. Does Sebastian know the way there? I don't know. We know he knows the way to his dad's house and Culver's. And Seth's keeping hope, although he is doing the responsible thing and searching everywhere he can, even if it means a recovery mission. In my opinion, all water from Hendersonville to Memphis should be checked, and in other areas, according to what criminal profiler Pat Brown thinks, that allegedly Sebastian is on the route from Hendersonville to Memphis. Many of you have written to me that you think the Mississippi River may play into this. And I did some research. The deepest place on the Mississippi River is 200 feet, by the way. Just a fun little fact. Memphis is located on the Chickasaw Bluffs above the Mississippi River, where the borders of Tennessee, Mississippi, and Arkansas meet. And this is scary. The Great River Road is a scenic route that follows the course of the Mississippi River, going through 5 counties in western Tennessee, one being Shelby County, where Memphis is located. It's 3,000 miles in total. That is a lot of river. There's still a active child alert for Amber Alert for Kennedy Hoyle. She was 2 days old a couple of years ago when her daddy unalived her mama and tossed her into the Mississippi, and she has still not been found. I did a video on Kennedy during her Amber Alert. It's just horrible if you want to go back and watch it. That was about 2 years ago, and she's still not found. But she does have an active child alert in Tennessee. But bodies do get found on the Mississippi. It is possible. There is a historic road that travels along the Mississippi River for 3,000 miles called the Great River Road, National Scenic Byway. It's a driving route, and there's a picture of it on the thumbnail, that follows the course of the Mississippi River for 3,000 miles from northern Minnesota to the Gulf of Mexico. The Great River Road route in Tennessee, I looked it up. I wanted to know exactly where it is in Tennessee, encompasses the entire western coast from the Kentucky border at Reelfoot Lake to south of Memphis, connecting with Mississippi and others, Mississippi. And it offers beautiful views of the lower Mississippi River from the Chickasaw Bluffs to Memphis. So that route is 185.5 miles long, okay, through Tennessee. It's bordered by the Mississippi River on the west and the Chickasaw Bluffs landform and county boundary lines on the east. It is the oldest scenic byway in North America. So in Tennessee, the Mississippi River runs through Tiptonville, Dyersburg, Ripley, Henning, and Memphis, and that road goes right along there. So now I understand why it was in so many of your viewer theories. That road makes it very easy access to the Mississippi River, right? Driving easy access, 185.5 miles of access along the Mississippi. So, in my opinion, you're right. It's very possible. Awesome job. Great job, because it does make sense. It could be possible. And to me, it's very scary that there are 185.5 miles of road following along the Mississippi River in Tennessee. What do you think? I don't know. So they found items of interest, investigators did, not disclosed yet at this time. We're hoping it's movement, something in the right direction to locate or find out clues or evidence regarding the disappearance of Sebastian. It's a 29-hour walk to the Cumberland River. So they would be considering foul play, someone taking him there, somehow he getting there. So, in my opinion, that's another reason they're validating they do believe there is foul play. Just very scary. Sebastian's still missing. He has an active Amber Alert. Please call 1-800 TBI Find with information you may have about Sebastian Rogers' disappearance or location. Thank you so much for joining me. Remember, this was for entertainment purposes only, not to be taken as fact, but speculation, opinion, and theory. Stay safe, friends, and I will see you next time. Talk soon.